the savior coming in. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my lord. Who knew that the abduction of Maomao is gonna lead to war? Oh my lord, what a powerful episode. I mean, so much moved forward in this episode that by the end of it, we have a war declaration. Oh man, the Moon Prince must mobilize. I cannot believe it. So much happened in this episode that it's just like, it gave me chills by the end of it. Like, I can't believe everything that happened. And of course, Maomao figures everything out on her own. Like, we as the audience and the viewers, if you've been watching my reactions, kind of pieced it all together by looking at everything that was happening on Jinshi's side and then everything that's happening on Maomao's side. And then how we were like, oh man, like we said before, Shisui is Lakan and Lakan is Shisui. And it was now Maomao piecing it all together, being captive. We were correct. We were absolutely correct in our assessment last week. We had stated how it was very interesting how Shisui was like trying to like linger, and I was like, it seems like she's about to go do something, like something is about to happen, like she's about to leave and go somewhere. Well, that leaving was essentially becoming her Lakan persona, probably for a good while. Like, it doesn't seem like she'll be able to get back into Shisui mode in a good short amount of time. So we were correct. And now they've been whisked away to the fortress, which is actually a good thing that Maomao's at the fortress, because now it would kind of be a little easier for Jinshi to find her. Instead of going to the village, it's like, oh, we're gonna go attack the fortress. Lo and behold, it'd be like, hey, Maomao, you're here. So, oh man, so much is happening and so much moved in this episode that we'll try to cover as much as we can in a timely fashion, but let's hit the hot spots for sure. All right, so here we are. We have the threat of Lady Shinmei. Now, Lady Shinmei does whatever she wants, whenever she wants. It seemed like she was in a room of stuff happening as Maomao walked in saying that it was musky. Yeah, it looked like some bodies were rubbing together or something was happening in the room while her own daughters, for the most part, are just there in a corner. So yeah, there's some stuff that she just does whatever she wants. And she almost, I can't believe she almost gave Maomao 100 lashes. I'm like, there's no way. There was absolutely no way I was about to sit here and watch Maomao get 100 lashes to a pillar. No one wants to see their main character, especially Maomao, like that. But thankfully, through the reveal, Lakan was like, no, this is someone you wanted. And of course reveals why they captured Maomao. It wasn't just a hasty retreat type deal. It seemed like Maomao, or at least getting Maomao, might have been part of their objective to begin with, so then that way they can appease their mother, Lady Shinmei. Now, Maomao has to create an elixir of immortality, thanks to Lakan saying, oh yeah, she's 30. She just kind of looks young. It's like, yeah, okay, sure she is. And like, see the scars she's been doing to her own body? Oh man, yeah, say whatever you gotta say so that Maomao doesn't get her lashes. But of course now she has to go to the fortress, which, like I said before, could be a good thing, because if she's in the fortress, she could be found easier. We know that's where they're gonna go. Aside from that, we hear the huge backstory of Surin and why she is the way that she is, and the fact that she's been abused by her mother, Shinmei, because Lady Shinmei goes to the rear palace as a consort, comes back, and then when she comes back, she finds Surin, and she's like, excuse me? Who is this woman with this baby? And then, of course, cast them aside, she's like, excuse me, I'm the popular one here. It seems after this episode, by watching everything, I don't think anyone knows or has clued in yet that technically we know that Surin is actually the daughter of one of the side women that died and the previous emperor. I wonder if that's gonna be another reveal in the future, that it's like, oh, by the way, you're actually part of the royal family. And here you are getting beat up by Lady Shimei, you know, what if it's revealed and Siren is like, oh, so I have a higher status than Shimei? And then starts beating her back. Is it wrong to feel sorry for Shisui and Siren? Like, is it really? Like, it seemed while watching this that because of the circumstances of their birth and the way they were raised, that essentially it was all thanks to Lady Shimei that they are like this, that they are slaves to her whims. And that if she wants to beat Siren up, she's going to do it and no one's going to stop her. And Shisui can't be, she has to be Laolan and not be who she wants to be. And the name Shisui technically was Siren's, and then it was stricken from her, it was taken from her and given to Laolan. Oh man, it's just like all of this that's happening. It's like, is it wrong to feel bad for them? Because now we know who the big bad villains are, finally. There's still a few more things that need to be revealed, but for the most part, almost everything has been revealed. But to think the kidnapping of Maomao is gonna start a war. Now the whole scene with Lakan just grilling Jinshi up against a wall, just drilling him in, just, oh my Lord. It was very interesting that Lakan could actually get away with this, because we know that, and even Lakan knows, that Jinshi is actually the prince, but he's grilling Jinshi's like, what are you doing? You ran away from your status of the prince to be this advisor eunuch person, but even that you've done wrong, and you're supposed to be over and do this justice and all this, but you let someone like my own daughter get kidnapped and you're just not gonna do anything about it? Like, so Lakan was kinda tried to get under Jinshi's skin, revealed to Jinshi all of his flaws to get what he wants. And then it was just so good how Lakan is like grilling him. It's like, this eunuch that's supposed to be so good to watch over my own daughter, and you do so bad. But then the MVP savior, Laoman, comes in and it's like, yeah, you're right. I am a bad father, you know, eunuch. And then Lakan's like, uncle, wait, no, not you. I wasn't talking about you. And then Laoman just comes in there and just like, just outsmarts the wily fox. Like, when you think Lakan is about to pull like an apology out of Jinshi, who is the crown prince, who shouldn't be bowing his head to anyone, he's about to get an apology out of Jinshi to show how superior intelligent he is. Laoman comes in and just like backhands him. Do you see that hand? Laoman put that hand on the shoulder like that? No, that wasn't a shoulder of like, oh, I love you, nephew. That was a hand on the shoulder like, excuse me.
Do you feel in charge?
But no, Laoman just outsmarts him, walks in at the right time, and just tells him, you know, if you really want something, why don't you just clear out this facade and actually just do what you're supposed to do? And just dawns on Lakan, like, just breaks the wall that is Lakan, just lets it crumble down. Because Lakan already, through his intelligence, figured out who's the actual main enemy. And that's why he was grilling Jinshi, because Jinshi was like, yeah, I'm not your enemy. You know, this other guy's your enemy. And he's like, oh, so you figured out that much. And it's like, just Lakan just went so hard into Jinshi. But Laoman just comes in, it's like, nephew, get right. Come on, get with the get right. And Lakan did what he's supposed to be doing. And of course, pretty much everyone in that room knows he's the Moon Prince. So he goes before him and it's like, okay, honor us with this request of taking the military and putting down this rebellion before it starts. So Jinshi's like, yeah, all right, I gotta stop playing around. I gotta stop playing around. All right, fine. Let's do this. Let's get out there. And he knows that if he does this, he's gotta lead the army. He's gotta lead the army as the Moon Prince, the actual prince, reveal himself to everyone, everyone's gonna know after this. There's no going back from this. Like, he's been kind of hiding this. He's kind of been staying in the shadows, but no. All the rumors of them been saying like, oh, the prince, the younger prince is sickly. He's, you know, he's not showing his presence. No, if they're going to go to war and he's the one that's been requested, he's got to lead them. So I think it's funny that here you have this movement out of Jinshi to do this. And also Maomao's almost there figuring out Jinshi's status. She's right there. But then of course she gets distracted again by the previous thought of the ox gizzard or whatever. And then also the prospect of new apothecary notes from someone that was held there previously. So it's like, Maomao, come on, could you focus up right now? You're right there, you almost got it. Everyone's giving you hints and you're, but this episode was probably the best episode of Apothecary Diaries to date, because for those that have been not watching my reviews, or the ones that even you guys, if you have been watching it and kind of been like, I don't get it, everything was summed up quite nicely, I will say, and is now coming to pass. We are about to go to war, and in that process, more things are about to be revealed. And I think it's going to be quite funny to when they see the face of Maomao, or if Maomao's still captured, and then she looks out the window and sees like, oh, the crown prince is leading the army. And then it's like, who is he? And then come to find out she sees Jinshi's face. She's gonna absolutely like, I can't believe it. Even though she's like almost figured it out, but such a great episode, such a marvelous episode that there was so much nuance in this one that it was just so good. Anyway, that's all I gotta really say about it for right now, but I cannot wait. They had better not. I will strangle someone if they cut off like this season, like right before the battle or something. Like, you know, Jinshi's forces come to the fortress, he sees Maomao, she sees him, and then end of the season. Oh man, I will die. I will absolutely die. But of course, no spoilers from anyone if it happens to get like that, please don't. But regardless, great episode, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this review. And if you're new here, like the video, subscribe, and I'd love to see you guys here in the future. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.